Public punishments. Corporal punishment in Old Stirling was a very public affair, performed at the weekly market or the borough gate, and as much about physical pain as it was social shame. We'll come to hangings later. For now, here are a few of Stirling's most distinctive local punishments. Seeing the light. Until the 17th century, those guilty of slander might be stripped to their nightshirts and forced to march through the streets by night, carrying a candle before them, the cold light of truth symbolically revealing their shame, the communal chant of "False tongue, thou lied," ringing in their ears. The branks. Women guilty of nagging their husbands might be paraded in the branks or scold's bridle, an iron cage which fit over their heads. It allowed a metal spike to be thrust into the wearer's mouth, preventing them from complaining for fear of cutting their own tongues off. Their husbands didn't get off scot-free. Their hands and head might be placed in the pillory, upright stocks, leaving them open to whatever ridicule or market waste their neighbours should choose to hurl at them. The Cuck-Stool. The ta'en, less like a knave than fool, unbidden climb the great high stool, and put his head and baith his hands through holes where the ill-doer stands. Stirling's own Cuck-Stool was reserved for female felons guilty of lewd conduct, painted red on the provost's order to show the rascals to be scarlet women. Currently displayed in the Smith Art Gallery and Museum as part of the permanent Stirling Story exhibition, these low stocks are something of an oddity, having 7 leg holes, allowing for the public humiliation of 3.5 villains. We have a replica upstairs in the Old Town Jail. Try it for size. The jugs. This heavy iron fetter bolt was a painful combination of handcuffs and neg shackle, described in the 18th century vagabond book of Stirling as a tight iron collar with tay arms 3 foot long, upon which their wrists might be tightly fixed atop the throne. They'd be left their backs to the mob, a paper pinned to their breast to share the reason they were shamed afore the town. This charming item is also on permanent display within the Smith Art Gallery. Scourging. Those guilty of begging without a licence, the poor had to pay for that privilege in Stirling, would be stripped to the waist, tied to the back of a cart, and whipped through the town from the Market Cross to the Borough Gate. Banishment, branding, and lugging. Repeat offenders would be banished from the town, forbidden to return. Those who did were permanently marked, in order they might be recognised as troublemakers if they tried to come back. Branding of the face or hands was common until the 18th century, as was lugging, where the criminal would be nailed by the ear, or lug, to the tron. If they couldn't pull themselves free, the town torturer, the staff man, might offer a helping hand and cut their ear off for them.